If you've clicked this video, then you're one of two people. By the way, hello Airsoft friends. You're either one of the type of people who want to watch people get shot in the face, or you're one of the people who don't want to see people get shot in the face, and you've clicked this video out of curiosity to see what it's about. Well, sadly in this video, you're not going to see anybody get shot in the face. Instead, we're going to try and have a productive dialogue about people getting shot in the face in Airsoft. This is something which I have made a video on before, and I think I am going to continue to make videos on as the dialogue continues within the Airsoft scene. There has been a progression, I would say, since the last video I made about this topic, and I think it's something which is really important to address, because this is something which could be very, very detrimental to the sport that we all love and enjoy. And that is, it's really hard to even just kind of like explain it. I'm just going to try and put it in like the most non-sugar-coated, just standard way to say it. There is a site within the UK who have added to the waiver that you have to sign to go and play Airsoft there, saying that you promise not to deliberately shoot people in the head. I can understand from a trying to be like a nice person perspective why you would include that in like a rule sheet, but it's not something which is like enforceable at all. Like we're not playing and we're not specifically going like, I'm going to shoot you in the face every single time. And it's not even like we can decide not to shoot you in the face, because if I'm shooting towards you and there's trees and stuff, there's wind, BBs aren't aerodynamic things even with the backspin, so it's not even like I can go to you, hey, I'm definitely not going to shoot you in the face. Gravity will take control of that. God may decide to lift the BB up and make it hit you in the face, all these types of things. Now look, if I shoot people in the face, I do apologize in my videos, as you can see here. That was a headshot. Sorry, dude. Most of the time, I would say 99% of the time, I will not purposely shoot people in the face, okay? I have purposely shot people in the face with my M4 most of the time, and that's only when people aren't obeying by the rules and I get frustrated. And I must admit, I shouldn't do that. That's a story for another time. I think that trying to enforce a rule like that is not a positive thing for Airsoft, because you've got something which isn't completely in control of how people play now as a rule. So if somebody was to accidentally shoot me in the face, if I go up to an admin and I say, hey, he shot me in the face, he signed a waiver saying that he's not going to do that. So whether or not it was accidental or on purpose, what happens to him? You know, do they say to him, don't shoot people in the face? And if it was an accident, then, you know, he just goes, well, I didn't mean to. And they're like, it doesn't matter. You shot him in the face. You've got to stop doing that. There's nothing he can do about that, you know, apart from running around with his, you know, rift pointing at the floor like this. And if people are doing it on purpose, again, like you could just go, oh, there was the wind, sorry. Like, there's nothing you can do to enforce a rule like that, you know? It's just insane. Also, in the document that you sign, which is like the release waiver, they've put that as the #1 point. I understand that it may not be listed in order of importance, like rule #1 on there may not be the most important thing, but the rule #2 is the one that says you are mentally fit and physically healthy in order to play Airsoft, which is much more important than you agreeing not to purposely shoot people in the head. I think we can all agree from a insurance perspective, that's probably deserving of the #1 point. The whole reason of why you put points in that kind of order, you put the most important things at the top, because if people skim read it or they don't read the whole thing, at least they're most likely to read the top one. So that's where the most important ones should be. It's just absolutely insane. It is quite a difficult conversation as well, because I know that quite a few people that I know personally don't like headshots, and they feel very, very strongly that people shouldn't, you know, purposefully aim for the head. And as much as I agree with that philosophy, I don't think that there are people, or if there are people, there's going to be an incredibly small amount of people who set out on their day going to the site going, today I am going to shoot everybody in the head. And if you're that kind of person, then I think, you are a bellend. I don't think that people should actively be going out going, I'm going to shoot everyone in the head today. But I don't think that's a thing. I've never met somebody who actively goes out there purely trying to get headshots. I agree that I think that there's a lot of dramatization out there about headshots in Airsoft content. And I agree that videos can often make it look like there's more intentional headshots than there would be. But again, it brings me back to the point of editing is a very powerful tool in terms of content. In that, if I was to shoot somebody, whether I hit them in the dick, the arm, the chest, or the head, I don't actually have crosshairs on my video. But if I did have crosshairs on my video, I would have the crosshair where the BB landed on the person. It doesn't make sense to have the crosshair anywhere else, because otherwise you're not giving an accurate representation of the content of where the BB's going to go. So it doesn't make sense it makes sense to do that. It doesn't make sense not to do that. Anyway, that's about content, which isn't really the point of this video. I just feel like we're all old enough and ugly enough to know what we're getting into when we're playing Airsoft. We're going out to play a sport where we are going to get shot with small plastic ball bearings. That's it. That's essentially it. No part of your body is off limits. That's why we have to wear eye protection when we play. And that's why it's our decision if we want to wear any other kind of protection when we play. If we were capable of actively deciding to not shoot people in the head when we played Airsoft, we wouldn't have to wear eye protection, because everybody would just be going, I'm not going to shoot you in your eyes, so you don't have to wear eye protection. We are not capable of that kind of decision making and action, because Airsoft is Airsoft. BBs go everywhere. We cannot control exactly where BBs could go. If we could control exactly where BBs would go, my accuracy would be much better than it is, okay? I feel like both sides of the argument are feeling so strongly about the side that they support that it makes it very difficult to have dialogue. And the thing that I want to try and do the most, and I know that I've completely failed it in this video, by the way, is to try and have some dialogue about headshots. But it just kind of comes back to the start of people, when they play Airsoft, they decide what kind of protection they wear. You can wear face protection, you can wear a helmet, or you can not wear that. But if you're not going to wear that stuff, it's your problem if you get shot. I'm sorry. It's hard, because I know there's going to be quite a few people that I know watching this, and they're going to be like, fucking headshots, man. And I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But I don't believe that we have the power to decide if we shoot somebody in the head all the time. I don't think that there are people out there who actively go, I'm going to go and shoot people in the head today. And I do not believe that people that make content when people are getting shot in the head in those videos are constantly, actively, always going, I'm going to shoot that person in the head. Like, a lot of the videos are in slow-mo as well. And, when it's in slow-mo, it looks like you've got so much time in the world in order to aim for somewhere else, when in reality, you don't. And when you're sniping as well, you've got a load of foliage and stuff in front of you. So sometimes you have to, even if somebody's entire body is showing from your hide, you have to aim for the upper half of the body in order to make a hit, because otherwise you're just going to hit twigs and stuff. And I do not think that it should be on that sniper or that player to move their entire position and to potentially give their entire position away to land a non-head hit, or to try and ensure a non-head hit when we're all signing a waiver to, play Airsoft and potentially get hit in the head. I've seen multiple people play Airsoft and break their ankles. Is that the site's responsibility? No. Were they wearing trainers? Yes. If they were wearing boots up beyond the ankle, then they were wearing adequate protection and they wouldn't have got hurt. They've decided to wear trainers. They've decided to do something which puts them in danger. They've decided to do something which will put them in a position to get hurt when it's not anybody else's fault apart from their own. So I'm sorry, but I feel like at this point, headshots and complaining about it is the same thing as, if not wearing adequate footwear. If you don't do it, you're going to get hurt. And that's kind of it. I would love to have an open dialogue. If anybody out there who completely believes that headshots are, bad and shouldn't be allowed, contact me. I would love to do like a conversational piece where we can we'll do a podcast, we'll get on a call and we can talk about it. Please please do message me if you made it to the end of the video, because hopefully you did. I'm sorry if you didn't, but hopefully you did. I would love to have that kind of conversation. But yeah, I feel strongly, you feel strongly, let's talk it out. Thank you for watching this video. I know it's a bit of a ranty one, but it's just one of those ongoing conversations which I feel like is completely unnecessary. But I would love to have some dialogue with the other side to see if we can kind of like find some common ground and maybe agree on something at the end of the day, because that would be amazing. But anyway, thank you very much for watching. As always, this was sponsored by Project Airsoft, so go check out the website. Lots of cool airsoft accessories for you to enjoy and use to make airsoft even better. Also, in the links in the description, there's like Amazon stuff, so you can click those and buy stuff, and then that supports the channel. And there's also links to merch, like this cool hat, and also this sick phone case. Look at that, boom! Amazing, you could have that. That could be in your pocket right now. Once again, thank you very much for watching. I really love the fact that you spent some time here with me today. Remember to subscribe, because that would be that would be absolutely great. Also, call your hits, and I'll see you in the next one.